Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Record. Today I have the honor to have an exclusive interview with Keon from Alabama. He is singer and songwriter. Keon, welcome to Record. What inspired you to become a musician?
Okay, so what inspired me to be a musician is, well, I started out writing songs at the age of 11. I was always a shy kid. I didn't talk very much, when I was younger. So I just always wrote my thoughts down and stuff. And so as I got older, I guess you'd say around 16 or 17, somewhere in there, I started back writing songs. Just I picked up where I left off like it was just natural. And my friend was like, "Man, these are really good." He's like, "Man, I got like a band that I'm trying to start up. Like, I want you to write some songs for us." And so I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." And so, well, I wrote some songs for him, and he liked them obviously, and I guess it went from there. After that, I don't know, I was going up and down, throughout my life as far as trying to find something that I could really just say was my passion, was my dream. It took me a long time to find it. I'm not gonna lie, it took a long time to find it. And so I think I was like in my mid-20s. My my uncle, Daniel. Let's see, yeah, my uncle Daniel. He always encouraged me and stuff, and so I played a song for him. I think it was called was it High Maintenance or something like that. That was one of my first songs, like long time ago, and I played it for him, and he was like, "Man, this is really good." And like you are a really good songwriter, and your voice is not too bad either. And I was like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, like keep up with it, stick with it." And so I did. And also I had a cousin Derek. He seen my song book, and he's like, "Man, like, you got some really good songs. Like, what are you gonna do with these?" And so I said, "Well, I just try and see if I can record them or do something with them." And make a long story short, well, I started writing and recording songs again, and it just took off from there, and it's been going ever since.
How did your journey with R&B and soul begin?
Well, at first, now, like I said, I was up and down. I was experimenting with things. I started out as I guess you'd say, hip hop artist. I was trying to be like a rapper or whatever, hip hop type person, and so I was like, well, I don't know about this here, because I could be decent at it, but I don't know. I think I should try to do something different, because there's so many rappers, so many like guys, like just so many people doing hip hop and rap. So I try to do something, different. I always want to stand out. I don't want to blend in. I always want to stand out and be memorable. And so I said, well, hey, anybody, with the right technique, the right twitch here and there, hey, I could do some blues, I could do some soul, some R&B. And so I tried it, and I've been vastly improving each and every release. It's always a constant. You just got to keep at it, repetition. But I tell you, that's how I came on R&B and soul, and hey, it's more fun to doing hip hop, I think. But I'll hit you with some hip hop and rap here and there. Got to keep you guessing.
What emotions drive your songwriting?
What drives my songwriting is the fact that well, I always write about real life experiences. I write about things that's happened in my life, because I can't. I mean, as an artist, there's no other feeling that you could put into something if you experience it yourself. If you experience something yourself, can't nobody else tell you about it. I mean, And so that gives you all kinds of material. Like you could put your all into it, like storytelling. Like you just telling a story, what happened, you know, how you feeling, what you thinking. Like I have like different moods sometimes. Like I might be sad one day, then I might write a sad song. I might be happy one day. I might write one about joy or, you know, uplifting someone. It just depends, you know. But either way, it's always about my emotions, what I've gone through, what I'm going through, and you know what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. So it's always 100% real, 100% myself, you know.
How do you define your music identity?
All in one type of artist. Like I can do some R&B, I can do some blues, I can do some soul. I have done gospel. I've done gospel. In fact, my last release was kind of like a gospel tune. We're gonna get to that here in a bit. I've done country. You know, I've done a little bit of everything, and so I think it just tells the depths of my talents that I can go from different types of genres and still produce fairly decent music. I think, you know, what I know. I'm just trying to do it really. But yeah, I have multiple. I don't really put myself in a box as I'm this type of artist, this artist. I'm just an artist, you know. So that's what I think is defines my music.
Who has influenced you the most as an artist?
I was always influenced by like Darius Rucker. He was like the first real now that I can remember. Now I know Cowboy Troy and all those others. You know, I don't really remember them like that. But Darius Rucker, for me, was the first black guy that I really could remember doing country. You know, I don't remember Charlie Pride and all them. Those were before my time. You know, but they were trailblazers, obviously. But for me, it was always Darius Rucker because he just branched out and did something different, you know. And I was like, this guy here, man, he's doing something different. He was in a band. He walked away and did something completely different, and he was successful at it. You know, a lot of times you branch out and you fail, but he branched out and he was more successful. And so I started liking his music a lot and looking at him. And also I found Gary Clark Jr., you know, and his sound, he's very, I relate to him in a lot of ways because he said the same thing. He says he doesn't want to be labeled as this or that. He's just an artist. And I feel that, you know, I relate to him wholeheartedly. They always try to put you in a box, but there's no box to define music or whatever. It's just music, great music. And so I look at him as another inspiration and influences with my musical ventures and things like that because, you know, like I said, I relate to him because I'm not an artist you can put in a box. He's not an artist you can put in a box either. So that's another artist also I can relate to.
What does your latest release tell?
It just came out last week. The story of my last release was my song is called "Didn't Give Up." And I've gone through some things, you know, in my life that, man, I could have been a drug dealer. Could have been in a gang. Could have been in jail. Could have been in the cemetery right now. You know, but fortunately, the Lord, He didn't let me go down that path. He didn't let me give up. He blessed me to somehow get away from that. And he gave me a chance, an opportunity to do better for myself, for my family. And he didn't let me give up on myself, on my dream. He was always there for me, you know. And like I said, it's easy to give up, easy to fall into these little traps and things in life. I could have given up, but I didn't. I'm thankful that he didn't let me give up. He didn't let me give up. He didn't let me give in. He was my one true friend through all of it, you know. And so, thank goodness for that, because like I said, I could have gone the other way, but he didn't let me give up. He let me give in.
What challenge has you faced as an independent artist?
And being in this business, I mean, you face a lot of challenges as an independent artist Because nowadays it's like pay for play. A lot of people want you to pay for radio airplay, pay for promotions, uh, pay for anything really. Nothing is free in this business really. Not if you're trying to get to that. You know, a lot of people do it for money. A lot of people do it just to do it. You know, for love. Everybody has a different reason, a different story. But as an independent artist, I'm telling you, it's very expensive. You have to have a lot of money if you want to, as they say, make a impression or get to the, you know. It shouldn't be about that. It should be about true music, honest music, organic, and just natural talent. But no, a lot of this payola and pay to play is to me, I think is ruining the music. Honestly, that's my personal opinion. Because hey, you want to do this? Hey, just throw some money at it. Hey, we'll take care of the rest. Whether you can do this or that, we don't care. Hey, you got some money, we got the time. I'm personally, you know, it is what it is, you know. But that's a big challenge, affordability. But, you know, it is what it is on that.
How do you think the music industry is evolving?
The industry is evolving because it's evolving with this AI. I mean, you have a lot of AI artists now. You know, you don't know who's real, and to me, you know, yeah, it might be creative, but it takes away from the authenticity of actual artists, actual artistry. Nowadays, if AI, shoot, anybody can make an artist and make a song. That's not real art. Not to me, it isn't. Now, you know, everybody got their opinion. My opinion is AI is changing the way music is made, and it's not in a good way. You know, it's taken away from the real artist. It's taken away from the real artist and real artistry of the industry. You know, it's not authentic. I can't talk. It's not authentic. The authenticity of it is you know, it's just terrible. We work hard. We work our butts off. But here comes someone can't, you know, all they do is just put a little whatever, create this little thing here, and then they got a hit. They got a singer, good voice. They make a video for the artist's song and all this and that, and then bam, they blow up. Not even real artists, just AI. And that's how the industry is evolving, and it's not in a good way. Like I said, artists, you know, man, it's making it very hard for us in this game, but
if you could collaborate with anyone, who would it be?
now if I could collaborate with any artist, there are several artists that I would like to collaborate with. Like I mentioned a couple of them a while ago earlier. Darius Rucker, obviously. Gary Clark Jr., of course. And then there's a couple more that I wouldn't mind collaborating with. How about, let's see, I think Keith Urban is probably the best guitarist probably of this time. You know, I would like to collaborate with him because that guy can play the heck out of a guitar. And then you got also Aloe Black, another good underrated artist. And then I also would mind doing one with what's the guy's name? John Batiste. He's another good artist, good blues artist. And then I think Chris Stapleton has a heck of a voice. When he did Tennessee Whiskey, man, that was like, whoa. Like this guy here, like, whoa. You know, he can really do it. He can really sing. And also there was another artist I was trying to think of. What let's see. Dang. There's one more artist I was trying to think of right now, but I can't. Jimmy Allen. Yes, I like Jimmy Allen. He's a really good artist too. I think he's underrated a lot. He's a really good artist, and I would like to do one with him also. Whew. A lot of artists there.
What's your vision for the next chapter of your music?
I want to get my songs into movies. I want to get my songs into television. I want to get my songs into like like stores, like when you go to a grocery store or a restaurant or a bar or a club, I want to have my songs played on there. I also want to get them in games, like games and things. Sync opportunity is what I'm trying to get to. That's the next thing. And also, I have a couple online shopping stores. I want to try and build my brand up. Keon Harris Music. Try to build it also. And while I make music, I'll be building my store, building my brand, my merch, and all that together. And so, hopefully, the future, I can do some things with it. Hopefully, I got some things I want to do. I would love to win some Grammys too, and speak that into existence. So there's a lot of things left that I want to try to accomplish. I want to try and go on some tours. I hadn't toured yet. That would be nice to do. So yeah, I mean the next chapter, I'm ready to write. I'm ready to write this. I'm ready to get to writing this, to paint it. You know what I mean? So a lot of things that I'm looking forward to doing, and I think that I have a great shot of getting accomplished, hopefully. And so the sky is hopefully not the limit. I can go farther. And so yeah, that's what it's looking like for me for the next foreseeable future. Anyway, well, I want to thank you for having me on your show. Thank you for your time. It's a pleasure and an honor. Thank you again. Truly blessed, and thank you so much. And take care of yourself, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Keon, for this exclusive interview, and I wish you all the best.